Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am your host, the #1 Vikings fan extraordinaire, Adam Boyer. We are back again, yet again, with another video. Today, we are going to be previewing Sam Howell's NFL debut coming in Week 18 in a pretty meaningless game other than that. Washington Commanders against the Dallas Cowboys, or at least it's meaningless for us Commies fans. Dallas is fighting for the 1 seed, bless their hearts. Go Eagles. I hate the Eagles less than I hate the Cowboys. So go Eagles. Fly Eagles fly, and, whatnot. So yeah, we're going to be previewing that. Should be fun. Before we get started, don't forget, subscribe if you do enjoy. Be greatly, greatly appreciated. Like the video as well. That'll help boost on the algorithm and get more views and whatnot. And also, if you found it something you'd be willing to do, if you'd be willing to support me on Patreon as well, there's a link to that in the description. That would be very much appreciated as well. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so Sam Howell, quarterback out of NC State, the former member of the Tar Heels, I was about to say the Wolfpack, former member of the Tar Heels. He was drafted the first pick in the 5th round, 144 overall in the draft by the Commanders. He was drafted for having a good combination of both arm talent. He can throw it deep, but he's also exhibited in his last year at NC State that he could run the ball actually pretty well as well. In his final season as a Tar Heel, he was 183 of 828 for 11 touchdowns on the ground. Pretty impressive numbers considering up to that point in his career. I think the most he had in the rushing yards in the season was like 130 something maybe, and that's at most rushing yards in the season. I was pretty impressed with the way his rushing production jumped. Now, with his jump in his rushing production, his passing production actually came down a bit. In his final year as a Tar Heel, he was 217 of 347 for 3,056 yards, 8.8 yards per attempt, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That is a drop in production from 2020. There was a dip in production, of course, not what you want to see. But again, that came with a jump in the rushing numbers. Like I said, 2019 and 2020, his first 2 years in college, starting for the Tar Heels. There was almost no rushing production, but he did it in 2021. He looked pretty good. Like I said, 828 rushing yards on the ground and 11 touchdowns, which pretty much made up for that lack of passing production. Now, what are the things he needs to work on as he transitions to the pro game? Well, he needs to work on accuracy. He had a dip in production, like I said, in 2021 after losing several playmakers on offense in 2021, which is when we see him start to scramble more. He sometimes is a little too willing to scramble, and that kind of feeds into another thing. He doesn't go through all his reads very well. So sometimes he sees his first read, it's not there. He might not even look at the check down. Maybe he doesn't remember to do that in a read, I don't know, but he often won't go through even his second or third reads, and so sometimes he'll just take off. He's a little too willing to do that since he lost some of his playmakers, and so it's good to know that he can take off, but you don't want that to be default. First guy's not there, I'm either going to check it down or run it. You want your second and third reads to be involved in there as well, which of course will require having time in the pocket, but I think the Commanders' O-line can give him that. He is only 6 feet tall, so he's a little bit undersized. Reminds you of a quarterback we have on the roster now. But that hasn't proven very problematic for him yet, so let's not worry about that. Let's not cross that bridge till we get to it. Like I said, struggles a little bit with those reads. He's a little too quick to run the ball, but again, all that can be worked out with time, I'm sure, as he continues to work with other quarterbacks at the NFL level, coaches, and whatnot. So, yeah, like I said, his career production, it kind of dipped. 2019 was a pretty good year for him. 2020 was another really good year. It dropped in passing yards, but just how everything was better from 2019 to 2020. 2020 is probably his best year in college. And like I said, 2021 passing production dipped a bit. 217 for 347, 3,056 yards, 8.8 yards per attempt, 24 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. 2 more interceptions than in both his previous years, less passing touchdowns, but again, it's made up for 183 rushing attempts, 828 rushing yards, and 11 touchdowns on the ground. So a lot of potential shown there. Now, we did get to see a little bit of him in the preseason. 3 games in the preseason, and in those 3 games, all 3 of which he had some action, he was 43 of 69 a 62.3 completion percentage for 547 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 85.8 quarterback rating. One thing that stood out to me in preseason was how well he played under pressure. He did not let the pressure in games get to his head. There's a lot of games that came down to the wire, and he played really well. Of course, we didn't do well as a whole in preseason, but he did really well, and I was very excited for him. I'm very excited for the future. I kind of hoping we draft a quarterback this April in the first or second round, but who knows? Maybe Howell plays really well in Week 18. Maybe we give him a shot as the starter. We've still got Heineke on the roster. He needs to be extended, so he's always our backup. Wentz needs to go. Get him out of here. So yeah, I'm very excited for what the future holds for Sam Howell. Of course, I don't really expect anything to change in Washington until Dan Snyder hashtag sells the team. We got to get that going in the comments. I'm going to post it, if I remember, as a pinned comment. Hashtag sell the team, and you should as well. We're going to get that going in the comments. Hashtag sell the team. Dan, you need to go. Get rid of it. Whew. We need a new change, a new era in Washington. Major Tutty can come. The name change can come. It doesn't matter. Nothing's really going to change until we get rid of Dan Snyder. Let's get him out of here. And with that, that's about all I have to say. That's my analysis on Howell. As to a performance, I can see a stat line being something like maybe 20 of 35 for 180 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 5 carries for 30 yards on the ground. There's a predicted stat line for you. Week 18 versus Dallas. That's my analysis for Howell. What will the future hold? We'll have to see. But anyway, like I was saying, get it going in the comments. Hashtag sell the team. Dan, get out of here. Don't forget to subscribe, folks. Like I said, support me on Patreon if you can. Please do remember to like the video if you enjoyed and agree. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Always reading them. I'll read it if you comment it, and I'm always willing to hear what y'all have to say. As always, I'm the Vice Guns fan. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Thanks for watching.